The Senate will come to order. Senator Klein,
Mr. President, I impose a call of the Senate.
the Senate is now under call. Senator Murphy.
Mr. President, I move that further proceedings under the roll call be dispensed with and that the Sergeant at Arms be instructed to bring in the absent members.
On that motion, all in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, if you'd be so kind as to stand. In our tradition, we always start with prayer, and today's chaplain is Rabbi Ariel Leacock Rosenberg from Shir Tikva congregation. And following the prayer, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good morning, Mr. President and Senators. It is an honor to be invited to bless the proceedings this morning on a special day in the Jewish calendar as Jews around the world prepare to celebrate Purim. On Purim, we eat, we drink, we dance and laugh in the face of our darkest fears. The response is the closest Jews come to Carpe Diem, one day a year when our otherwise exacting tradition understands that sometimes revelry is the only reasonable response to uncertainty. Yet Purim is more than a day of rowdiness. It also dictates acts of generosity and community, of mishloach manot, of feeding each other, and matanot levyonim, of giving to the poor. On this day, we give to everyone who puts out a hand. We hold nothing back. There is no greater or more wonderful joy than to make happy the heart of a poor person, an orphan, or a widow. This is how we become godlike, we read in our tradition. And so may we respond to uncertainty by pouring more kindness and sweetness into the world. Ribono Shel Olam, creator of all life, bless those assembled. Guide them in their communal service today. May they lead with generosity, creativity, and heart. May they respond to the disorientation of our times by grounding in generosity and real concern for the well-being of their neighbors, especially the most vulnerable. May the labor of this Senate help make possible joy, equality, safety, and mutual care. And let us say together, Amen.
Thank you, members. The secretary will take the roll.
Abler, Anderson, Barr, Bolden, Carlson, Champion, Clark, Coleman, Swadzinski, Dames, Dibble, Dornick, Draheim, Drazkowski, Duckworth, Eichhorn, Farnsworth, Fateh, Frentz, Green, Grunhagen, Gustafson, Hoschild, Herr, Hoffman, Housley, Howe, Jasinski, Johnson, Johnson-Stewart, Klein, Coran, Kroon, Kunish, Kupek, Lang, Latz, Liskey, Limmer, Lucero, Mann, Marty, Matthews, May Quaid, McEwen, Miller, Mitchell, Mohammed, Murphy, Nelson, Umu Verbatim, Pappas, Pa, Port, Pratt, Putnam, Rarick, Rasmussen, Rest, Seeberger, Utke, Weber, Wiesenberg, Westland, Westrom, Wickland, Zhang.
Members, a quorum is present. Members, if you want to follow along, I'm reading from today's Senate agenda dated Thursday, March 13th, 2025. We will begin with the second order of business, executive and official communications. The following communications were received and referred as indicated. Members, we'll now proceed to the third order of business, which is messages from the House. The Secretary will read the first message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to announce the passage by the House of the following Senate file herewith returned. Senate File Number 1552, a bill for an act relating to agriculture modifying financial reporting requirements for grain buyers. Signed, Patrick Duffy Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
Members, no action is required. The Secretary will read the next message.
Mr. President, I have the honor to announce the passage by the House of the following House file herewith transmitted. House File Number 23. Signed, Patrick Duffy Murphy, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives.
Again, members, no action is required. We'll now proceed to the fourth order of business, first reading of House bills. The House files is given its first reading and referred as indicated. Members, will now proceed to the fifth order of business, which is reports of committees. Senator Murphy for a motion to adopt committee reports.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the committee reports printed in the agenda be adopted.
On that motion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, we will now proceed to the eighth order of business, which is the introduction and first reading of Senate bills. The bills listed on today's introduction calendar are given their first reading and referred as indicated. Members, there are a couple changes. If you go to page 8, there on page 8 is Senate File Number 2466. That bill is referred to the Committee on Jobs and Economic Development. If you go to page 9, you'll see Senate File Number 2471, referred to the Committee on Judiciary and Safety. And then if you go to page number 16, you will see on page 16, Senate File Number 2540. That bill has been referred to the Committee on Education Policy. As I mentioned, members, the bills listed on today's introduction calendar are given their first reading and referred as indicated. Members, we will now proceed to the ninth order of business, which is motions and resolutions. We will adopt the author's motions as one motion. All in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, we have some individual motions. The first person I'm going to call on is Senator Murphy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for Senator Champion that Senate File 993 be withdrawn from the Committee on Education Finance and be referred to the Committee on Jobs and Economic Development, and I am certain that Senator Champion has talked with both chairs.
Thank you, Senator Murphy, for Senator Champion. Moves that Senate File Number 993 be withdrawn from the Committee on Education Finance and re-referred to the Committee on Jobs and Economic Development. All in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, we will now go to Senator Nelson for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File 2175 be withdrawn from the Committee on Education Policy and returned to me, the author.
Senator Nelson moved that Senate File Number 2175 be withdrawn from the Committee on Education Policy and returned to the author. On that motion, all in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. We will now go to Senator Frentz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that Senate File 2393 be withdrawn from the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection and re-referred to the Committee on Energy, Utilities, Environment, and Climate. Mr. President, glad to report that I have spoken with Senator Klein, the Chair of Commerce, and he's agreeable, and I chair the Energy Committee, and I would like to have you members vote yes on this motion. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Frentz. Senator Frentz moves that Senate File Number 2393 be withdrawn from the Committee on Commerce and Consumer Protection and re-referred to the Committee on Energy, Utilities, Environment, and Climate. On that motion, all in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails. Members, we will look at Senate Resolution number 18, which will be referred to the Committee on Rules and Administration, and no action is required. With that being said, we'll now proceed to the 13th order of business, which is announcements of Senate interest. Any announcements of Senate interest? Without objection, the following senators will be excused from today's session: Senator Howell, Senator Kroon, and Senator Westrom. Any other announcements of Senate interest? Senator Pappas.
Thank you, Mr. President. As I noticed, the handout on your desk, tonight starts Purim. And for any of you who haven't been in the retiring room, I think there's still some Hamantashen left. So happy Purim.
Thank you, Senator Pappas. Senator Port. Any other announcements of Senate interest? Senator Abler.
Thank you, Mr. President. Might be some leader's birthday today. Thank you.
Whoever that leader is and their birthday, happy birthday. Any other announcements of Senate interest? Senator Murphy with a motion. Oh, Senator Murphy, let me say one thing. Stay up. The Ethics Subcommittee will reconvene 15 minutes after our session. Senator Murphy.
Thank you very much, Mr. President and members. I move that the Senate do now adjourn until Monday, March 17th, which is St. Patty's Day, at 11 a.m.
On that motion, all in favor say aye. All those opposed say no. The motion prevails and the Senate is now adjourned.